Hey business bestie, welcome back to my channel where we talk about how to work smarter and not harder, okay? Step into my office. Hey y'all, my name is Abby and I'm an entrepreneur and I do lots of different things and I have multiple businesses, all of which are online, which is why we are here today in this video to talk all about millionaire mindset and how you can get yourself in the right headspace to be able to actually make money and crush those goals you have for 2022. There are so many things that go into leveling up your finances, and I'm happy to make more videos about budgeting and time management and things like that, and we'll even touch on that a little bit in today's video. But really what I have to bring up to you all is multiple streams of income. I know that this is a buzzword or kind of a trendy phrase that we hear all the time on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever platforms you're on. I'm sure you hear people talk about multiple streams of income, but what does this actually mean? Let's talk about the different types of streams of income. The two most common kind of categories for this would be passive income streams and active income streams. And the biggest difference between the two of these is the amount of effort and time and energy it takes to maintain each of these types of income streams. So let me give you some examples. An active income stream would be something like your 9-to-5 job. If you are going to a job where you are working for a certain amount of time for an agreed upon amount of money, that is an active income stream. It doesn't necessarily have to be an agreed upon amount of money. However, there are terms and conditions that kind of box in the amount of money that you can make, right? If you have a job where you're getting paid $20 an hour, that is the most you can make in that job is $20 an hour. Or maybe you get paid $50,000 a year. Your set rate is, or your set salary, I should say instead, is $50,000 a year. So that would be an example of an active income stream. You have to do something and spend that time in order to get money in return. So you're exchanging your time for money. On the flip side of that, you have passive income streams, and these are things where it takes a minimal amount of your energy to maintain and continue to bring in an income from doing these other forms of work. And sometimes it's work, sometimes it's more of a hobby that you're getting paid for, which is honestly one of the best things ever, is to get paid for something that you love, but that's not always feasible. And it's very important to keep in mind that you're allowed to have multiple interests and do different things for different reasons. However, if your goal with your side hustle is to make money, then you really need to look into the industries and the services that people are genuinely interested in and that there is a demand for, so that you're not wasting time thinking you're going to make money doing something that is really just a hobby. And a hobby is something that you're not setting out to do with the intent of creating an income from it. You're doing it for fun or for entertainment, to relax, or whatever that is. I have a lot of content that I'll be putting out very soon revolving around ways of making money that will be more passive. And the reason I am so passionate about passive income streams is that it frees up your time so that you can do other things that you enjoy, right? If you're working at a regular job, that might be 8 hours, 9 hours, even 10 hours out of your day where you have to spend in a specific place. And of course you're going to do it because you have bills to pay, and that's completely fair. When you start thinking more in the mindset of how can I actually build a business or create a side hustle that's going to make me money even when I'm not on the clock, even when I'm not actively doing something, I'm still going to be able to make some money from that. And there are passive income streams that are more effective than others. And it all just kind of depends on what your skills are, your talents, how much time and effort you are willing to put into these different streams of income. And some of them, you put in a lot of work up front, but then you're going to be able to reap the rewards of it later, which is why I love doing what I do for a living. For those of you who don't know, I sell products on Amazon, which is a very, very interesting career choice considering I went to school to become a doctor. So my family was tripping when they heard what I was doing instead, but it has truly, truly opened up so many doors for me in the sense that now, I can do other things that I enjoy and still make a consistent income from Amazon selling. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out my free training. It is linked in the description if you want to learn more about how to make passive income by selling on Amazon. Amazon. So let's get back into these income streams. It's very important to be realistic about the things that you are good at and the things that you enjoy when you're thinking about different side hustles, because the last thing you want is to start up another stream of income that feels more like work than your actual main source of income or 9-to-5 job, if that's what you do. So you might think, okay, I need to make money quickly. I'm going to start doing DoorDash, or I'm going to do Uber or Lyft or something like that. And there's nothing wrong with it. However, you have to remember that that is not going to make you money unless you're actually out there driving and actually putting in the time. Now, if you set up certain income streams, you are still going to have to work. You might have to promote the thing that you are selling. Maybe it's a service, maybe it's a product. For me personally, my time is very, very important to me, and I want you guys to have the same energy, okay? Your time is valuable, it's important. So working for 10, 12 hours a day is just not something that is sustainable. It's gonna lead to burnout. And so when you work smarter and you find these other ways of creating an income that don't require your physical presence or as much of your energy, you're gonna definitely see a difference in the way that you view what your time is worth. So for example, if you decide I need some money, I'm gonna do DoorDash or Uber or Lyft, there's nothing wrong with that, but you are not building up an asset for yourself. You're doing something where, again, you're trading your time directly for money. Whereas if you spent the time to build up a small business, that business can continue to bring you in money even when you're not focused on doing that one thing at that one time. So what I mean by this is, let's say that you are really, really great at writing resumes. So instead of going out and driving Uber for 3 hours as your side hustle, maybe you write resumes for people for 3 hours. And yes, you are still trading your time for money, but now you're able to create something where you could potentially automate that thing that you're doing. So instead of you writing resumes for your clients, maybe now you're the face of your business and you're not the one who's even really writing the resumes. You're giving them a quality product, but it's not you who is actually doing the work. Maybe you outsource it to someone else who will do it for a much cheaper rate, and you're presenting the product back to the client. That's one thing that you can do, where you're being intelligent to the point where you're delegating these tasks that would take you however long, and you're giving them to other people to do it for you, but you are kind of the in-between. Once again, I hate to bring it back to Amazon, but that's kind of what I do. I mean, people want products, but they don't want to wait for them. So I'm the one who gets the products, I'm the one who labels them and all of that, and then I send it to Amazon and they're able to get their stuff a lot more quickly, a lot more conveniently. So I am making their lives easier, and that's something that you also want to think about when you're trying to kind of figure out what you want to do as your passive stream of income or passive streams of income, because everything that we're trying to do is in an effort to have more than one, multiple. So we're having 3, 4, 5. The average millionaire has 6 streams of income. So I think that really just kind of proves the point of what I'm saying here, is that there's only one of you and only 24 hours in a day. And I know that people say, oh, we all have the same 24 hours. And it can be annoying, but it's absolutely true. And what you really need to take from that is, how can I use these hours that I have where I'm not sleeping or I'm not eating or relaxing and really maximize that? So I'm getting 5 times the income doing something that is passive than I would doing something for 3 hours a day that is active. So we can't have this conversation without talking a little bit about personal development and kind of just holding yourself accountable. And this is something that I have struggled with my entire life. I'll be completely honest, especially in college. I was the queen of procrastination. So trust me when I say I totally understand not having the best control over your time. Now, what has helped me is really kind of paying attention to what I am consuming. And just like all of you probably, I spend way too much time on my phone and I'm constantly scrolling and looking at things. And I, at a certain point, just had to take a moment and realize that I am spending a lot of time looking at things that are not helping me in any way. They're not teaching me anything. They're not helping me feel good. They're not inspiring me. I'm wasting time. I'm literally wasting time. And I don't want to sit here and preach to you and tell you that you can't do anything for fun and you can't enjoy social media or, doing the things that you like. I definitely advocate for that, because that's what's going to keep you from losing your mind. But at the end of the day, if you're spending 2 hours a night scrolling on TikTok, what else could you be doing with that time? You know what I mean? How else could you be investing your time? And I really like to think of it this way, that my time is something that I have a very limited amount of, and I'm not going to just waste it doing things that are not bringing me some level of enjoyment in some way, whether that be financial, whether it be, you know, with my mental health, or just with my overall happiness, you know? So here's my challenge for you. And yes, it is a challenge because it's hard for me to even stick with this sometimes. So I want y'all to know that, you know, I'm not perfect when I'm saying this, but it has definitely helped me to make a conscious effort to cut the time that I am spending doing mindless things, spending all of that time just, you know, listening to things and consuming things that are not only not helping you, but could be also hurting you in a way that is subconscious. If you are someone who maybe struggles with your confidence or self-image, yes, there are accounts and content that you can follow that helps you with that, but there is also information out there and things out there that maybe will hurt that. So don't put yourself in the bubble. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, you know, if there's something that is not making you happy, it's not inspiring you or something on your timeline, you don't need to be engaging with that. You don't even need to see it. You just need to cancel out that negative energy, that negative content, that negative everything out of your life, and just focus on what is going to help you be the best version of yourself. Some practical ways that I do this is I am very much a list person. I know some people like planners, some people like to set reminders for themselves in their phone, you know, 2 o'clock, start working on X project, or 3 o'clock, drink water, or whatever. For me, I like lists. So if you go into my notes app in my iPhone, y'all, it is just list after list after list of to-dos. A lot of the things repeat themselves, but that is how I keep myself accountable, is by putting it down on paper or on my phone so that I feel like it's something I actually have to do. When I continue to think about things and I just kind of keep it all up here, I mean, good luck trying to get me to respond back to something that I didn't write down. So you kind of have to think about what works best for you. Maybe you like calendars and you like to kind of visually see everything. Maybe you're into lists like I am. So find something that you can do that kind of helps you stay on track in terms of staying accountable to your goals and your responsibilities. And commitment is one of the hardest parts about being an entrepreneur, at least for me and a lot of the people that I talk to who are just starting out. And keeping yourself in a motivated mindset is important, but motivation can only take you so far. You need to actually put in the work. I know we don't want to do it. I know we just want to chill out and watch Netflix and go to the beach and, you know, be with our friends and family. But when you are setting this time aside to invest into yourself, into your future, into maybe building up the capital to start other businesses or invest in real estate, all of these incredible things are going to require money, and it just is what it is. So, you know, the sooner you can kind of get started with building up some savings to where you're able to then take that money and invest it in a way that will grow itself, the better off you're going to be. So these are some of the things I'm going to be doing this year to reach my goals. I have a lot of them, and we'll talk more about them in other videos. I hope this video was motivating to help you finally take that step in starting your new business or that side hustle. I know that fear is a very real thing, but I also know that you can do it and you will crush it. You just have to go for it. I would love to see in the comments if you have any other ways that you all are trying to level up in 2022, how to boss up and really be the best you possible. I would love to read that, and I'm sure everyone else would as well. So feel free to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.